Like, I'm low-key upset because the God in me dwells so heavily that I know everything is gonna be okay, and that I'm putting her in the Lord's hands. Hey y'all, it's me P and I'm back with another video. If you're new here, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. If you're not, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate all of y'all for watching our videos. I'm gonna get straight into the video because I really need to vent right now, and this is gonna be probably like a two-part topic because today I found out my daughter has COVID and strep. She's only 3 years old, y'all, and that's not okay. She's okay. First of all, I will say that she's okay. She's in good spirit. She has good energy. She has a real deep cough, and I'll tell y'all the symptoms as well. So she has a deep cough. She started running fever about 2 o'clock this evening. But that was it, and she had like some drainage from her nose. So I did the breathing treatment because she has a breathing treatment machine that she was given previously for previous coughs and stuff that she had. And I also gave her like a syrup for the congestion. I gave her a Sudafed, and what else did I give her? Something for fever, Tylenol for fever, and the humidifier. So the humidifier, if y'all don't know, that's one of the top things that I do when my kids get sick. I like to use the humidifier in the room, close the door, run it overnight, run it when they first wake up in the morning. And that is like, even for me, I love the humidifier. Like, we need 2. We should have been had 2. I've had 4, and my kids always break them because they like to push the buttons. But that's a whole nother thing. So just keep the kids away from the buttons. The buttons are very sensitive, especially if you get the one from Walmart. It's like $14. It's a very sensitive thing. I don't have like the $40 machine. I feel like this one works great. It fills the room with the scent and the mist. So that's what I gave her, and the cough started yesterday. So I'm gonna go back. Now y'all know I told y'all I was sick last week. I could not get up and do anything. I did bring my kids to school. I thought maybe I just had like a 24, 48 hour situation going on. But in the back of my mind, I kind of thought it was strep. I'm gonna tell you why. That Thursday, Shamari was getting ready to start school August 25th. And I had forgot to get her physical done ahead of time. I signed her for Head Start, which was such a big like surprise to me. I didn't expect her to actually, I had a feeling she would get accepted, but I didn't think she would get accepted because it was such short notice. So I signed her for Head Start in like July and June, and they didn't call me back for anything, so until like the week before school. And that's when they were like, you know, we're gonna need her physical before she starts. So I took her to the doctor's office to get her physical. This is where it gets real, y'all, because when I first went, I wanted her to start the first day. She didn't get to start school the first day. I was kind of upset about it, but I didn't say anything. It was fine. So I took the form because I'm thinking I could just walk in and kind of get it signed or whatever. But apparently that wasn't the case. So the first person at the front desk told me what I just said. You know, you're going to have to come in for an appointment. So she wanted that to be that. And I walked off. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm not going to push it. But then the mom in me, the mature mom in me is like, push it. Your child have to go to school. So I walked back in, nice attitude. And I was like, going to ask if I could get her seen today. Because I didn't ask if I could get her seen when I spoke to her. I was just going to make her appointment for the next day, but I'm like, well, you know, they still open. I got a little time. Like, let's see if I could just get her seen right now. So the other is two ladies that work in the front desk. So the other lady ended up catching me first. So I saw her kind of like, you know, I just told her basically like she back. I just told her that she got to come back, you know, and probably thinking like their schedule is booked. You know, people don't want to change schedules around all the time and add new patients on in the evening. So she called me and I was like, so I told her the situation. I need her to start school tomorrow. I need this paper signed. Can she be seen? And she told me, she was like, well, let me go see. So she went to the back. It took about maybe 5 to 7 minutes. And she came back and she was like, they can see her now. And I'm like, really? Okay, well, my kids, I had to pick up my kids from school. So she was like, okay, go get them and come back. Got them, came back, and she was like, oh, the doctor said she'll just sign it. So I'm like, perfect. My daughter going to school tomorrow. So I had to go to the school that day to bring all of the forms and then sign more forms that they didn't call me to sign, which was perfectly fine. Mistakes happen. Clearly, I made a mistake as well. So they were like, you know, she called the supervisor and she told her about the physical for the doctor's office. She was like, well, she hadn't been seen since November. That was her last checkup. And she said, you know, it had to be like more current. It has to be more current. So she still would have to go back. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I called and I made her appointment for the next day. I got there. And I don't know. Tell me if I'm tripping, y'all. Because I just felt like a vibe. And the lady was kind of looking like, I told you had to come back. So we sat down. I'm like, oh, I'm not for the altercation. I'm not for the pettiness. I've been there, done that. I'm 31. I'm over it. You know, so I'm just in my mode. We chilling. I'm on my phone. She on her tablet. She got a full charge on her tablet. She watching stuff. It's all good. We chilling. So, you know, this doctor's office never take more than 20 minutes, if that. And it was going over 20 minutes. So I'm like, what's going on? But it's still, I never thought she was being petty until like maybe 30 minutes. So I'm looking like, okay, I'm not going to say nothing. You know, I really just want to show her I could be the bigger person. An hour passed. Now we sitting in this office full of kids and I'm looking at noses running. I hear coughs. I see kids not moving because they're tired, they're sick. And we got on masks. She pulling her mask down and all that. So I'm like, oh man, you know, what if we get sick? So at the hour mark, that was it. When I stood up, she ran to the window. Oh, ma'am, I'm sorry. Have you been sick? No, I haven't. Oh, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they did. You. So, before I asked her, I asked the nurse that opened the door that calls the patients. And I'm like, ma'am, is Shamari Howard up next? And she's like, oh, I don't see her on my list. So that was a red flag for me. So I gave it about 10 minutes after that because I figured, well, I just said something. Maybe she'll go back and relay the message. 10 minutes passed. That's when I came to her. And at this point, it's an hour. She jumped. I'm stumbling all over the chairs and the computer table and the window glass and all of this to say, oh, she's so sorry. She don't know what happened. So, okay, fine, ma'am. That's cool. I'll wait. Fix it. 5 minutes past, they call us. So immediately the lady is apologetic, like, oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. They had you on the list as in registration, meaning you were signing paperwork. Did you finish your paperwork? I said, ma'am, I didn't have any paperwork to sign. I've signed paperwork. This is not her first time, her first visit. So she was confused, like, well, I wonder how that happened. I'm so sorry because every strep throat is going around. So watch you and your daughter to see if you all catch symptoms. I should have got that in writing. Y'all, I am upset behind that. Like, I'm low-key upset because the God in me dwells so heavily that I know everything is gonna be okay, and that I'm putting her in the Lord's hands. Okay, I'm so at peace with the situation, but it's still on my mind. And yo, I tossed and turned last night. It's so much that has been happening. It's light stuff. I'm not gonna say it's big things because I'm so happy, but it's light things. And not even just with me personally, around me, people that I love. So I'm like, okay, another one, you know? I prayed and prayed and prayed all night, and I didn't expect to wake up to this. So my daughter was coughing yesterday, took her to the dentist, and she coughed last night. I had the humidifier on, and today I said, well, you know what, when I heard her when she woke up, I said, I'm gonna just keep you home today and watch you and give you a breathing treatments. And I asked her that, I'm like, you think I should take her to the doctor and let them check her and get them to do a refill in person? They said yes, so that's what we did. They swabbed her nose with 2 different swabs, and they swabbed her throat. Maybe about 10-15 minutes, they came back and said she had strep and COVID. Now, I know they throw the word COVID around a lot. I get skeptical about that, like, really? But I don't want to question it too much and something happens so where it shows me, like, this is what it is, you know? So I'm going to treat everything as it is. They prescribe amoxicillin. The doctor tried to tell me she don't need cough syrup. She had Centrazine before, so when she brought up Centrazine, I was already going to bring it up, but when she brought it up, I said, yes, ma'am, she had that before. Can I get a refill on that? She's telling me no cough syrup. I still am going to continue to give her something. She's like, it'll make her groggy and this and that. No, it'll help her rest and it'll clear her up. Okay, so y'all caught the tea, right? Pay attention, speak up for your kids, speak up for yourselves. Don't let nobody sit you in the doctor's office with sick kids for an hour to prove a point. It's not even to prove a point, to be the bigger person. Don't be the bigger person all the time. Step up for your kids. Quick story, even at the dentist, she slammed the chair back. Well, this goes slow, but she slams the chair back, scoots the chair up, and Riley is like on a wild roller coaster ride, never saying, okay, I'm gonna move the chair, you know, invite my daughter into what you about to do. I watched her for a second because she did this before, even with Shamari first dentist visit. So you really have to speak up for your children. This is kind of what this video is about. I don't really know what I'm gonna title it just yet. I'm not an exploiter. I don't want to be an exploiter, but I did want to vent on this subject and explain to y'all how I know my daughter got this. Oh, the timeline was that Thursday was the 25th of August, and y'all see this is the first week of September, so it matches up. And I got sick for a week, and now she's sick. So that's all I think I had to say, y'all. I don't want to drag it out, but I do want to reiterate. Step up for your kids in the nicest way possible. Stay calm. Practice what you're going to say. Just if you think something's going to go wrong, if you think somebody's going to try to use their job against your word for your kid or yourself, or if you going to the doctor, if you think they're going to try to use their title, well, I'm a nurse, I know this, well, I'm a doctor, I know that, well, I'm a mom and I do research and Google is my school. Okay, period. Like, no, that's me and my baby got sick from sitting in there all that time. And I brought it up to the doctor, and you know, she was like a little shaking behind that, so I left it alone. But I'm gonna go ahead, y'all. It's been 14 minutes. I gotta go pick up her amoxicillin. Tomorrow the Centrazine will be ready. She didn't want to give me the refill for the breathing treatment. She said she don't need it. I'm gonna get that too tomorrow as well if I can't get it today, because it's 5 And I have a couple of them left. She took some today. I'll give another one tonight. Step up, y'all. Pay attention and love on y'all babies. So I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this with another mother, father, caregiver, auntie, nanny, uncle, parent, somebody. See y'all in the next one. Bye.